Hey guys, welcome back to the video. My name is John. This is
Anna.
And today we're going to talk about how we got into smoking hookah and a little bit about ourselves. And before we get into this, why don't you take a moment, pause, set your hookah up, and come smoke with us and enjoy some quality time to get to know us and a little bit about ourselves. And disclaimer, we don't want to promote tobacco or vaping or anything like that to anybody under the age of 18 and in some states under the age of 21. Now, if you are over the age of 18, I can't tell you what to do. I mean, we can't tell you what to do regardless, but this isn't a promotion video to encourage smokers. If you already smoke, fine. But
this is just
remember,
for people who are interested in the hookah life and all of that. We're not trying to promote tobacco to anyone.
Exactly. And anyways, so for the video today, we're going to talk about how we got introduced to hookah and all that good fun stuff. Actually, I'm going to let her start, and because my story is probably a little bit longer than hers. I have some hookah stories to tell you, so I'll let her start off. How'd you get into hookah and started smoking?
Honestly, a friend of mine introduced me to a hookah or the hookah or whatever I called it back then. We were at a party, and I remember it was probably like a party of 20 people, and it was a small little hookah. The red hookah that we showed you, it was that big. It was so small. It was literally like that small. Yeah.
Yes, I collect hookahs, by the way.
And this baby's mine. But yeah, we started off a party of 20, and we were smoking out of a hookah this big. And I remember it was I don't know. At first, it was like, oh my gosh, so much smoke, and we were living life, I guess. But later on, I came to learn that the way we were even smoking was just wrong.
And I'll tell you why.
For starters, well, anyways, before I knew what was wrong, we would smoke every time we had a party, but every time we hung out, we really didn't. So I probably smoked maybe like once every other weekend or every weekend, but very rarely, actually, even more rare than that. And like I said, we would all just sit in a circle and we would just keep passing up, Did
you guys use mouth tips or anything like that, or just everywhere? Okay.
We were lucky.
Oh Lord.
We were lucky that no one fishy came or that was wrong, but
Let me tell you something. When you smoke with a bunch of people, have everybody buy a packet of mouth tips. Me and her, we smoke the same hose because we are engaged. So I don't mind sharing the hose with her.
But if a random person comes in and says like, "Hey, I want to smoke with you,"
yeah, I'll give them a completely different hose. I'll actually detach it, put that hose in. I know it takes up time, but
if you have mouthpieces, use that.
I ain't trying to get nothing anybody else gets. You know what I'm
Just
saying?
Remember, smoke with caution, and that means just know who you're smoking with, because you would be surprised.
Regardless, even if you know who they are, tell them to get a mouthpiece or buy a pack of mouthpieces, like $5, $10. Go to your local shop, see if they have any, and buy some from there. And so as she was saying, when she first started smoking, excuse me, I had to. When she first started smoking, I believe, didn't you use quick lights?
We did. We used quick lights, and we used what was that
Starbuzz.
We used a lot of that. We only smoked it honestly for the flavor. I mean, I guess we all smoke it for the flavor, but we use a lot of Sex on the Beach and mojito and just stuff like that. And we were at times we tried mixing it. Sometimes it just didn't turn out right, but we didn't know any better. We were like, oh my god, this tastes different. It must be good.
Yeah.
And sorry to interrupt you, but what we used to do, once again, we did this as a party thing. It was never just because like we like to smoke hookah, I guess. We used to instead of water, we put alcohol in there.
Oh Lord. And if you're gonna smoke out of alcohol, let me tell you right now, please be over the age of 21. Do not drive. Do not get in a car. It actually will get you drunk. And another thing on this channel we're not gonna promote is alcohol. We're just telling you what happened and how she used to smoke it. So we're not by any means promoting it. I don't want this channel to be anything like that, to promote any kind of alcohol, because I'm against it personally. I haven't drinking any kind of alcohol in quite a long time. I recovered from it, so
our house is a dry house.
Yep.
But yeah, so anyway, so we tried it a couple times, and like I said, it was always for the party, and that's the only way that I would smoke it. And then like later on in life, I think I stopped smoking for like a good couple of years, and then afterwards my brother ended up buying one. It was a bigger one, and
I actually have it in the living room.
Yep. And we did not know how to smoke out of it. We used, once again, a quick lights. We did not use ice or anything. Actually, the first time I tried it too, we never put ice. You introduced me to the ice.
Yep.
But and then, but
Tell
like
them
I
about
said,
the time you actually were smoking.
Yeah, that's what I was gonna say. Yeah. So it was probably like the third or fourth time that he set it up. He set it up in a different way. It wasn't like I couldn't get much out of it, so I kept trying harder and harder. And I want to say it was probably like after like 10 minutes, I just started feeling lightheaded. And because I used to live across the street from him, I ended up going home, and I remember just laying on the couch with a big migraine, just a huge migraine. And it got to the point where I had to call my brother and say, hey, because I used to live alone, hey, you need to come pick me up because I can't drive myself. I need to go to the ER. And I ended up in the ER, and it was not the time of my life. And that was the last time that I smoked hookah. After that, I'm like, nope, not anymore, because I just can't deal with this happening again.
Yeah. With that being said, be cautious when you smoke. She had to step away for a second, but be cautious when you smoke, because if you're a beginner, you don't want to start it off too strong, and start with beginner style hookahs. You can get a Chinese hookah. Me personally, I would say you don't get a quality hookah. Get a Pharaoh, a Starbuzz hookah. Get anything that's decent. A KM hookah would be a good one. That's more a little on the higher end. They're not going to be cheap.
But they're really good quality.
They can range anywhere from $50 and up. Now, if you're still in the $50 range, $50 to $100 range, you could get good hookahs, quality hookahs, but you can also get some knockoff hookahs too, some Chinese made hookahs, and I'm against it because they rust up extremely quick, and I don't like it. Now, when I started smoking,
can I just mention one thing before you continue? I'm not trying to cut you off, but one thing that I was doing different that you taught me otherwise, and I think that's something we forgot to mention in the last video, was when I was smoking quick lights or whatever, I was burning those quick lights. We were literally putting them on like just cold and everything. We're putting them on, and then with a lighter, someone would hold the lighter as we're trying to get it started. Or we did a gas stove one. We actually used an electric
stove.
Yep, and that's how we heat ours up. That's how we heat ours up. And it takes not even like 5 minutes to heat them up, and then we're good to go. But literally, that's how I started with mine. Is I would hold a lighter and hold it. Someone would hold it. Another person would puff until it gets heated up. Which, now thinking, oh my god, what was I thinking?
Well, first of all, if you're gonna use quick lights, that's the complete wrong way. to start a quick light, you want to hold it in the tongs, which are like these here. So you're going to want to hold them like this, and you're going to actually, not a regular lighter, but a quick torch. You can just torch it really quick. It takes maybe 2 minutes, and then once it starts glowing red, blow on it, and then you set it on there. But I'm not saying you should use quick lights, because quick lights are straight garbage. Throw them in the trash and go out and buy coconut coals. It doesn't matter what brand you buy. You can buy Coconara, you can buy Hookah John's coconut coals, which are extremely good.
And I will mention that, in my opinion, and once again, I'm a starter at this as well. What I did notice is, depending on the coals, will also determine the flavor of the hookah itself. Because you have used some other coals, and I'm like, this just doesn't taste, the same. So
yeah, and one thing I learned too is, if the ash burns white, there's a substance in there that is in the same thing in quick lights. I'm not 100% sure what substance it is, or what substitute it is, I should say. Not substance, but substitute in there. If it burns like what is it? It's kind of like a grayish, almost like a grayish, brownish kind of. If it burns that, then that's how you know it's natural. And another thing too, like when I first started smoking, I was 18, and I bought a hookah with an old girlfriend, long time ago. And so I bought this little blue hookah, and we used to smoke, quick lights, Starbuzz and Fantasia is what we used, and I never felt like it was good enough. It was like, I felt like it wasn't working properly. And after doing some research and so forth, I learned how to properly do it. But I'll tell you my story. So that's how I started, was about a little $30 hookah, some quick lights, some Sesh from.
Was it a smaller one like the one I have?
It was actually smaller than the red one. And so I would always get water in the hose, and it was annoying. I wasn't doing it right. And so that's when I started smoking. It was probably around 18. And after that, I mean, that hookah broke, and then the second one I bought was even smaller than the first one I bought, but I still have that one. That one's my skull one. I call that one Scully Jr. Yeah, grab it. I've had this one since 2010, probably.
Oh, it's small. It's a little dusty.
It is crusty, but that is it. I mean, I like it because simply I like the design. A little hand and all that, and there's actually, right through here, you can see that it actually cracked all the way through.
So is it not like smokable anymore because of the crack?
Nope, it hasn't even been smokable for years. I just kept it because it's still.
Oh, I see the crack.
Yep.
I never noticed that.
Still good. So, I was smoking out of that out of my cousin's house, and then I got an apartment, and somebody actually gave me a hookah for free. They were moving out, and so I figured I'd help them because I was moving in the same day, but they were still in the apartment. So I had showed up early, and I was like, well, if you want an extra hand, I'll give you a hand. And he had some stuff left. He ended up giving me his couch, and anyways, getting way too into detail with that. So yeah, he gave me a hookah, and I started smoking out of that. And I should have bought a new hose. I didn't, because I didn't know him and stuff like that. So I started smoking out of that, and I smoked this one flavor. What was it called? It was by a company. It was called Haze, and it was called Rose. The actual flavor was Rose. It was okay, but wasn't my cup of tea, to be honest. Then I just started really researching after that, and really got into it heavy, and it became an everyday thing for me. Like, I smoke every day. If I don't have hookah, I'm a grouch, don't get me wrong, I am a super grouch. But yeah, so I learned, you can put ice in it, the correct water levels, how to, how to properly set it up, and then, as time goes on, I learn more and more. I'm not saying there's a lot to learn, but there's a lot to learn.
I mean, it's to the point where, like, we even learn something new ourselves, every now and then. It's like, oh my God, I didn't know that before. So with hookah smoking, you learn something every day sometimes,
Yeah.
Seems like it.
Yeah, definitely. And I like my mints, so I stick a lot with the same flavor by Alvacker. Gum mint, actually, is what I really like to use, so that would be this one. I like regular mint as well, but this just has a nice relaxing taste to it for me. So I can relax, I can watch YouTube and movies and videos and stuff like that, and it's amazing for me. It's amazing. I love it. I do want to explore some other flavors I haven't tried. I think the worst flavor I've ever tried was strawberry. I bought this strawberry flavor from Fantasia. Oh my God, I almost puked. And I've been smoking for a long time. And the second I took 2-3 hits from it, I was like, nope. Took the coals off, threw it away. It was brand new. It just opened and just threw it away. Because it wasn't me. I'm the type of person, I know what I like, and I know what I want, and I know what I want to smoke.
And for me, the one that I just knew for the moment we tried it was tiramisu. He really liked it. I thought I was gonna like it because I'm a coffee drinker. Like, you could ask him, I love my coffee, and I'm like, let's try it. It's tiramisu. Like, it just sounds appealing. And he tried it. He's like, oh, this is not that bad. And it got to the point where I'm like, please, I'm not telling you not to smoke it, but can you just smoke it when I'm not in the room?
Yeah.
When I'm gone at work, just smoke it. I don't care.
It's.
Do you still have it?
I don't. I threw it away.
Okay.
But it is a good flavor. It is a dark leaf. And if you don't know what a dark leaf is, I think there's 2 or 3 different style leaves. So a dark leaf is like a very strong. That's like expert level of hookah smoking. Or if you just want the stronger, like, nicotine style taste. I smoke a light leaf, which is kind of golden, but with Alvacker they put a coloring in it, which makes it look red for a lot of their flavors. Actually, I think almost all of their flavors. Starbuzz is a light leaf. You can tell because it's kind of golden brownish. Same with Fantasia. There's a few other brands out there. Fumari's pretty good. I do like they're very juicy. So when you do that, you want to you don't want to soak all the juice up, but put it in a napkin and just give it a light, tap to soak some of the juice up. But yeah, I'm smoking out of my Faro right now, and it works great.
I actually have a question for you. I don't mean to cut you off, but I do have a question for you. I don't think I've actually asked you. Because when I used to smoke hookah, I used to add water and then, obviously the regular setup. Why ice?
The reason I put ice is because, so when you smoke with regular water, the water filters the smoke. And so when the smoke goes up, it's just regular smoke. Now when you put ice in it, yes, it does take away from the water level, so you do want to go a little bit higher than normal, but not too much. Maybe like a half an inch, a quarter inch even of extra water. I know it doesn't sound a lot, but the ice will melt during your session. The reason I put ice though is because it does kind of filter, or it bounces off the ice and it kind of cools the smoke down a little bit, so it intensifies mint a little bit more. And with other flavors, you can kind of taste it a little bit more, in my opinion. There are other people who say ice, does nothing. But for me personally, I can taste the difference. and that's why I use ice. Ever since I discovered ice, I've always used it. And I actually do have a hose that has a mouth tip that goes in the freezer, and it's built-in ice packets. And so you throw it in the freezer, you put it in the hose after a couple of hours, and next thing you know, everything's cold.
Oh
Your
my
lungs
gosh.
are like icicles.
It
man.
feels, especially honestly on a hot day,
Oh, it's
and you
amazing.
smoke out of that, it's just. Oh, the only thing I don't like about that is that it doesn't last as long. I guess the coldness of the ice pack just, it gets warm.
Yeah, because you have your hand on it. Technically, you're not supposed to hold it, but it's pretty big. So I hold it by there, and with the heat of my hand on a hot day and stuff like that, it actually starts to melt the ice packets. And the condensation and this and that, so it will drip. But I mean, overall, it works great.
It works pretty good for that amount of time that it's still cool. I would recommend it. Whatever happened to that?
It's actually in the freezer right now.
Oh, yeah. I mean, it's really good, and I like it. I guess with some of them, it's just a little odd. But when you're smoking when you're smoking mint, that's where I would recommend it.
Yes, definitely. And another thing too is just enjoy it. If it's something you really like, do it with whatever you like to do. Like when I smoke hookah, I like to smoke hookah and watch YouTube or movies, or just something to relax. And
We even smoke and play board games.
Yeah.
We did that yesterday. Like
Yep.
it's
Yeah,
it's
for a
enjoyable.
couple of hours we were smoking, playing the game Life,
I'm
or
obsessed.
Skippo, or Monopoly, or Phase 10, or anything like that. So yeah, it's a great thing to do. For me, I love it. It's my passion now. Almost as big as the passion of me and tattoos. I love my tattoos, so I can't complain.
Maybe one day in the future, I tell them all the time, I think in the future we should open up not only a hookah shop, but like a hookah bar. I would love that.
Yeah, most states you can't, but there are states like California, Arizona,
Because I think,
Ohio.
is Minnesota one of them? Because we live in Minnesota.
Minnesota, actually, you cannot own it unless you were grandfathered in when they passed the law, and only 3 places in Minnesota allow it.
I think there's one up in the cities.
Yep. There's one in Little Canada, the Twin Cities, I think it's Minneapolis, and then there's one in Eagan, Minnesota, and those are the only 3 that are in the entire state. And that's it, and they're super expensive to go and smoke. I'm talking like $18 to $20, probably even more, to be honest, depending on the flavor. And for honestly,
that price, you can have so many sessions at home.
Exactly. So, but if you like the social life, do it. Definitely.
I think that we should try doing that because we still haven't gone. And I keep
I'm
telling
not
you,
a big social person.
I think that we should just at least do it for just say we actually went out and did that
Yeah, definitely.
for the hell of it.
We can do that, and then we can also record a video and give our opinion on how they put it together, and maybe if they didn't put it together, I could teach them a thing or two.
Right.
Just saying.
We could actually, my plans are, if we do end up doing that, let's review the places,
Yeah, definitely.
Because
And
once
let 'em
again,
know,
because of this, we are picky. If I would go to a party and smoke the way that I used to, I would probably just I would criticize just a little bit, but
yeah, exactly. So, but other than that, that's the basis of what I do and we do. She got into it. She learned a lot when she met me, and I taught her how to do it and how to properly smoke. The first time she smoked, oh my god, she was coughing like crazy.
not only that, I was purging. And if you guys don't know what purging is, it's when you inhale and I would cough, I would have to purge, or just blow into it,
Yep,
get
it
all
blows
the
smoke out.
yeah. I would have to purge every time that I would
Almost
like
every
hit
time,
it.
yeah.
And they got to the point, he's like, you don't have to purge that much. And I'm like coughing, like, yes, I do. And now it's like, you know, there's times where he's like, it's a little strong. I'm like, nope, it's perfect.
Yeah. I mean, basically, that's the gist of what it is.
And that's how we got started into smoking. And I will say, I think that smoking with you, I learned a lot.
Oh, yeah.
Things I did not know about hookah, and I didn't know how big hookah was before you.
There's a big community, and I think over time, maybe we can start a community together, and we can all interact, and maybe even have like a Instagram live smoke session or something, or
that would be so much fun. We have so many ideas with smoke sessions.
Oh yeah, we wrote down a big old list of things we want to talk about and interact about. So, you know,
don't be afraid to like set your own up and smoke with us, because
yeah, exactly, because we're not going nowhere. I plan to do this long term, and it's not only gonna just always be about hookah either. You know, we want to review like music videos and you know, do like a ponder session and reaction videos, and talk about future plans when we get there, you know, and stuff like that. So it's not just going to be strictly about hookah.
But we will make sure that hookah is involved in it.
Definitely, every video there will be hookah involved. Guarantee it. I promise you, it will happen. But other than that, I mean, that's pretty much it for this one.
We enjoyed smoking with you guys. This was a lot of fun. Yeah.
I appreciate the time you spent with us. I know the videos are going to be a little long, but that's kind of the point for it.
Because when you're smoking, real life smoking, it doesn't last 5 minutes. No,
exactly.
I mean, this one, I mean, it's still going. We're still gonna keep.
Exactly.
We're still gonna be here, so.
Yep, and I mean, other than that, I hope you enjoyed the video and smoking alongside us. And
for those of you guys who actually set one up and smoked with us,
you guys are the real MVPs.
It was a cool sesh.
Exactly. So until next time, I mean, don't forget to like, subscribe, comment, hit that notification bell. It's right by the subscribe button. It's a little bell.
It notifies you every time that we post
upload
videos.
Yep. Yeah. And a little side note, stay positive and always have a great day. We love you. We hope you love you. You know, just spread more positivity around.
We need that in life more.
Exactly. So just stay positive with everything you do. Enjoy your time around. And for now, stay up, because we love you. So enjoy your day. Hope you enjoyed the video.
Until next time,
don't forget, we smoke every single day. And don't forget to like, subscribe, and comment. Hit the notification. Tell us what you want to see. We'll give you the best content we can. Until then, we love you.